good?
I think we are live. Let's get going. Bit of argy-bargy there from Jack and Stringies while they try and find themselves some track position. Let's just share some streams.
Right, do we have anyone on a flying lap yet? Mono has just gone onto a flying lap.
Yes, so welcome everybody. It's Rainer and Tristan from RRC, Redline Racing Community. Tonight we are live around Australia. We are in the 1994 Benetton for our Classic F1 League. This league runs every fortnight. It is our Classic F1 League. We run 10 rounds, 10 cars, and we'll run from here in round 4 up until the week before Christmas. So Tristan, take it away. I'm going to share a couple of streams.
Yeah,
we're currently
so,
on board with Stringy.
Oh yeah, let me just jump on board with him. So yeah, as where are we going through turns? Looks like 6 and 7. Ben's currently just like sector 2. Looks like it's actually validated the lap. Track map is completely red, so we'll see at the end of the lap. But as he comes around the long left-hander to come down to turns 11 and 12, you got to make sure you get 11 and 12 perfectly correct. Otherwise, he's going to slip you into the wall. Let's see how he takes it. Takes it really easy down to 3rd gear. Touched the grass a little bit, but straightened it back out to get the run out the corner. He's got, I believe that's Jack following close behind on, who's also on a flying lap. So let's hope if Ben has him validated, he can jump out the way and let Jack through to finish his lap.
Yes, I've posted the stream there, Tristan, and for some strange reason it's still showing up as the final goodbye race in 2019. There's a few technical errors there. We've tried editing it twice, but we're on board. We've got Mono Pono setting the first fastest lap of 1:36.7. Puppy jumping in by half a tenth there in a 0.669. Let's have a look who's currently on lap. In the pits, Gavlar. How's Gavlar doing? Is Gav on a lap? I think he is. We'll say about with Gavlar while we sort a few technical difficulties out.
Yeah, Gav is on a lap.
I don't think he's on a lap, but you know he lifted a little bit there. I think he was just prepping the car ready for the sector 3, ready to go. Whether he's aborted his first lap, no, he's off into the pits. Well, Gav has made a mistake there. Let's get some spectator menus up. We'll be able to see people in validated laps whether they're aborting or not. Look at best tyres.
As we have the first major change in the session.
Lots of cars coming through the chicane together, Tris.
So I'm not sure what's happened there.
Tristan's Regan's already set a lap and invalidated that. I guess he's now on lap 2 and also invalidated, so he's going to be running out of fuel, able to set a lap, also sat inside a lot of traffic there. So the guys tonight, we've got 16 of them on track, 18 in the league, normally with me and you, Tris, but obviously we took it out to comms today. Who do you think is going to get a pole? What do you reckon? We've got an 18-minute qualifying session, a lot of them are darting into the pits. Regan, for one, I believe, is invalidated twice, so he's off into the pits, going to refuel, needs to go again. Regan, a championship contender, he's up there in the league. Is he leading the championship, Tristan? Have you got the graphics to hand?
I'm just double checking now. I believe he is leading the championship.
He's up there, isn't he?
No,
he did very.
Apex.
I think Apex is leading. Yeah, Apex is leading. I think Regan's in top 3, is he not?
No, Regan's down in P7 on 12 points because he got the race win out last time out in.
He did.
Silverstone.
He joined late, didn't he? He joined late to the season. He after not committing to Classic F1 after doing so well last season. I think he realised how great the league was, how well it's doing. So he joined not last week, but last race 2 weeks ago. He won the race and he's now trying to claw back the deficit of missing the first two rounds. So Regan McKinnon doing very well. There's 12 points for a race win, isn't there? So
yeah, it's the old point style.
Old point style. No points for fastest lap. 12 points for a race win. 10 for second. 8 for third. And then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I believe, without looking. So yeah. Oh, as Stead's just invalidated there. Stead again. I believe he joined late. He decided to join after a couple of rounds, didn't he? Said let's give it a go. Had a whirl, and he fell in love with it. He messaged me straight after the race and said, "Can I have a full-time seat in this? This is fantastic." You know, the difference and complexity of cars running the classics. He wanted the seat. So yeah, Stead's invalidated. Who have we got about to set a lap? We're on board with Jack. Jack, go on, sorry. No, go on you, Tristan.
I was about to say about the tables. The two most shocking people I think that I found out there.
Shocking? What do you think about shocking?
Because, well, no, like, you know, they don't always have the best of luck in classics. If you look at their situation from last season, you know, they were there and thereabouts, but they would just have the little bits of issues that would drop them down. Yeah. So it'd be Jack on 14 and Mono on 12 as well. I know how much Mono loves this game and loves these cars. He says the way they've made the cars this year is so much easier for him to drive. So I hope to see him get a few podiums this season. I think he's one of them that can get up there as well.
I'd like to see Mono do very well. He's consistently throughout the week. He wants to practice in the classic cars. You know, he knows they're a bit trigger happy on the rear. He knows they're difficult to drive. You know, we have a fixed minimum medium traction control. You know, we don't allow drivers to run a fixed traction. So yeah, they can be a handful. Some of the earlier cars are very difficult to drive. Jack's about it there. Let's just change that. Let's ride on board with Mono. Let's ride off board with Mono. Let's see if Mono can jump himself up from currently in P8. But yeah, these cars are a handful. It's what makes the Classic F1 exciting. You know, we have 3 different divisions in skill level: bronze, silver, gold for our RRC. You know, we've got Fridays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Mondays, all the different divisions. We can see an absolute different complexity of drivers joining the Classic F1, but that doesn't necessarily show their true pace. The classic cars are so different to drive to the conventional F1 2020 cars. You know, you can have someone from gold joining this league and someone from bronze joining the league, and the bronze drivers are out qualifying and out racing the gold. It just brings a new integrity to the game. Do you not think?
Yes, definitely. I agree on that 100%, mate. It's just what you've just got to learn the car. I guess it's also about
practice.
how you diff, like, you know, if you get the right diff setting and the right brake bias, you could gain a couple of tenths on a lap just by making that one slight adjustment. And on that note, while I'm looking at Puppy coming into the pits, he's just received a 5-place grid penalty.
He's not.
For illegal blocking, apparently. It did flash up on my screen.
I wonder where that was.
I can't see it on his... It was coming into the pit lane. A car was behind him. And I don't know who that car was.
That's such a shame. Puppy, one of our true supporters when it comes to RRC. He's committed, he loves it, he races, and that's such a shame to see. You know, Puppy's up in P3 right now, a 136.3, solid lap there. I mean, Rocker's up there second quicker, but Rocker's only, he's in a class of his own when it comes to these classic F1 cars. He seems to adapt really well, but yeah, I feel really sorry for Puppy there. 5-place grid penalty, that's going to drop him down to P8. Oh, such a shame.
On his race direct, it's not actually coming up, but it's come up at the bottom of the screen. So maybe he didn't get it, and maybe he got it, sorry, and it's just not turning up on the race director like normal.
Oh, so it's not on the... I can imagine that just be a bit of a glitch on your system there, Tristan.
Yeah, so we'll find out at the end of qualifying.
If it's popped up, say the poor guy's got a a penalty. Unfortunately, I believe he's got a penalty. But yeah, Puppy P3, fantastic, fantastic qualifying lap there. I'm absolutely gutted for the guy. Regan's just popped in a 35.2, just shy of 2/10 slower than Rocker. So yeah, Regan McKinnon. Oh, as we see a big slide, and Gavlar's just took a big slide there in sector 1, put it into the wall. LH, what's he doing? He's been disqualified.
He's just been disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
Oh, did he run out of fuel?
Coming down the mini straight.
I can't see it. I can't see it. Well, let me ride on board with him.
No, I'm on board with him now. His car hasn't pulled over. His car's just pulled over at the end of the second DRS straight.
That is such a shame. The guy was up in P2, P3.
P3, I believe he was up in.
I mean, I understand, you know, doing something wrong and being disqualified from the session, but if you've set a lap time, it should count for the session. You know, the guy was up there, you know, top 4. If you've set a lap, you should be allowed to keep your time. If the game's going to be Codemasters, it's going to disqualify you. That should be it. You should be out of the session, unable to continue. But to take his lap time with him, that's extremely unfair. You see LH44 now down in T15 with a DSQ. Not great at all for LHK in there. So I'm just riding on board with Stringy, who has invalidated. I'm going to just stay on board with him, see if he's got enough fuel to continue. We've got just over 4 minutes left of this session. He's going to bail into the pit, so he's going to continue. I believe, yeah, he's about to continue. So let's stay on board. Let's see what Stringy can do. Currently P6, as Apex is now in P5. A great lap by Apex. Very tight if you can see Tristan from P2 backwards. 35s, yeah, you've got quite a few drives in the 36s there from P4 down to P10. So it seems quite a tight pack. I mean, can you call P4 midfield? But yeah, you're looking at
well, I mean, it's 2/10 separating P4 to P9. Around about 2/10.
Old Rocker Tony, new Rocker 90, absolute class of his own there. He's just a massive 7/8 cents quicker than Regan. Whether Regan can pull something out of the bag with low fuel, track evolution, but let's see if Stringy in P6 can get himself further up. Still very impressed with Puppy in P4. Got Fishers popping up there, P3, 135.4 from Fishers, but still a massive second off Rocker. Like, what is Rocker doing? I know that he runs no traction. He has as many assists off as possible, and he does grind these cars. He does love a practice, does old Rocker. He's constantly posting who's hosting, who wants to join, you know, running up to these Grand Prix. I believe these cars are all about practice. If you're not practicing, I think that's the difference between not only a few tenths, it's a few seconds in Rocker's case of 134.4 as Stringy enters the pit lane. So who've got on the lap? Cairo, can he improve? Cairo on
a lap. Yep, Cairo's on a lap. He is slightly up on his sector 1 time. Not by much, but as you can see, that little bit can push him into P6.
Very frustrating.
Right, he's coming up to 11 and 12 now. As he takes that, he's slightly down, and he's in the gravel around.
Oh, I can hear that. He's spun. He's out. Well done, Cairo. Keep it pushing. If you're not on the edge, then you're never going to get pole. Unfortunately for Cairo.
If I spun the car like that would retire me.
Has Apex just done his lap? Or is he on...
He's on one.
He's all over the circuit. Is he backing off?
By 1.2 seconds, he did the previous lap by.
It's all over. It's fantastic to watch these cars sliding. You see the guys turning the steering wheel. The car's just not moving. It's just complete understeer for them.
And Stringy has just come out of the pit. 1 minute 35.
1:35 to go. not around here. We're into 135, so I can't imagine.
He's behind Jack.
I'll tell you what, he's coming through sector 1. He could just about make it. He needs the car in front. You say that's Jack. He needs that
Jack's
track
on
position.
A flying lap.
Just got Jack on a flying lap. I mean, if Jack's on a flyer and Stringy's behind him on an out lap, if Stringy can get round and Jack moves out of his way, it could be possible for him to set the lap he's requiring. So.
Dragon is one that I'm surprised is struggling tonight. He's normally up in the top, within the top 5. He's down in P11 on a 36.8. So not having the best of luck in this session. Toon's just gone out on an out lap. He's coming through 11 and 12 now. Is he going to make? I don't think he's going to make that. As there's a yellow in sector 3, is that just car bunching up? It looks like this car's bunching up on a flyer. Ben's now just...
going to flick back to Stringy, yeah, he's just started the flying lap. He had a few seconds to go, because this is it, what can he do from P9? As Jack completely gets out of his way. Was that Jack on the left?
No, that was Devils.
Was that Devils completely off the track? I will get out of your way, don't you worry. As Jack Blunt down in P8.
Jack out of the way, Jack get out of the way, get out of the way.
I mean, Jack is racing for qualifying position, isn't he? Is he going to move? Massively.
Yeah, Jack
gets off circuit.
Yeah.
As he lifts, like just comparing the calibre of car to the modern day 2020. The way they lift around that car is completely different to what we used to.
You can normally just touch the top of that curve and it should sling you round. So it's just absolutely amazing. Gavel in front of Ben. Ben's going to pick up a little bit of toe, not much, but enough just to off out of the corner. As he comes through 11 and 12, what's he going to do here? A lot better than the previous lap we watched him on. He's come around a second to last corner now. About 1 minute 25, so this looks like it's going to be a good lap from Stringy. Down in the start and finish straight now, full throttle. Into 6th gear.
And he drops himself into P4, so what a fantastic lap. We've got to finish on the pits on the wall there. Pits. Jack Blumwino's aborted, and Toon is...
Jack's out of fuel. Dragon's box.
Yeah. So that's it, that is qualifying over for the round 4 of RRC's Classic F1. So pole position goes to Rocker Tony. Rocker 90. What an absolute lap, a clear 4/10 quicker than Regan McKinnon. Solid lap by Regan. I mean, where he's, the gap he's got to Fisher's being at nearly 4/10. What a solid lap there, but Rock Tony in an absolute class of his own. His 1994 Benetton seemed to adapt well to Rocker's driving style. He's got Rocker in P1, Regan P2, Fisher's P3 and Stringy P4. So we'll just wait for the remaining 34 seconds, those that are in the pit.
Mono stuck it in there. He was down in P11 with about a minute to go.
Yeah, great to see Mono up there. We said we'd like to see him, in the position. I'd love to see him grab the race wins, but...
Puppy said, I ran out of fuel, Mono was behind me in the pit lane and he couldn't move out of the way. So that's the reason he got a 5-second time penalty.
That's very unfortunate.
Not a time penalty, sorry, grid penalty. Right, we're just waiting for these last few cars. There we go. Yep, so he has got a 5-place grid penalty. So that'll drop him 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll drop him down into P13. So
that's a shame.
I'll just
that is a massive shame.
Through the grid, Rocker P1, Regan P2, I Fishers in P3, Stringy P4, Mono up there in P5, Stead P6, Apex P7, Puppy P8 with a 5-place grid penalty. And we've got Jack, Cairo, Gav, Dragon, Devils, Toon, LH, Magnus Nikolai at the back being disqualified and 2 with no lap time.
So I'm potentially with you. I've finished after an 18-minute qualifying session trying to edit the name, which still hasn't worked. It still says, as the main titles, Goodbye F1 2019. It's not Goodbye F1 2019. That was a couple of months ago, as we all know. It's now 2020, and in the lower title we've got the 1994 Benetton in the Classic Grand Prix, which is today at Australia.
Right, just wait for the drivers to load in. Oh, Puppy has left the session. Okay.
My wife just walked in there. She went, "Are you not racing tonight?" I said, "No, I'm comms." I thought you were racing. I said, "No, I'm on commentators. Shut up."
No, it just looks weird that you're talking to yourself.
Yeah. So if you want to watch, love, it's live on YouTube.
Give us the extra viewer.
As we go, we are on the formation lap. Rocker 90, take us away. Got on a bit of the off-board.
This is going to be a very, very interesting.
It's those that can get off the line. You know, who can actually get it off the line without losing control of the car. You know, you want to get a launch, you want to get up there, you want to gain a few positions. If you feel like your qualifying didn't reflect your pace, you want to get off that line, you want to gain a few positions and then get yourself settled in. So you apply the throttle as much as you physically think you can, but the difficulty is with these classic cars, you apply that throttle a little bit too much. And that is it, you know, you're sideways. Which unfortunately I feel like I think we've just lost Tristan there. Bear with us, luckily we're on a formation lap. I'm just going to invite young Tristan back. Bear with me 1 second, luckily we're on a formation lap. Drop me an invite, he says. We know, we're on it, Tristan, don't you worry, young man. Let's quickly get this sorted before the race. Unfortunately not everybody has ultra fibre optic broadband like my young self, and he's lagged out, bless him. Classic F1, Tristan, invite sent. I'm just going to send him 2 just while we're on the formation lap. Do apologise anyone that's tuned in. Just quickly send him these and let's get back to the action. So, end of the formation lap, entering sector 3. Rocketoni will lead the Grand Prix. We have Regan McKinnon in P2, a very fast driver, very consistent driver, and also racing for the championship. Rocketoni had a couple of mishaps at the beginning of the Grand Prix, beginning of the season. First 3 races, he was always there or thereabouts, but he was never taking as many points as some of the others. So, again, and Regan as well, he's only joined us last week, so he missed the first 2 rounds as well. Just going to pull up the standings for Classic F1 League. So looking at the tables, Apex is currently leading the championship down in P7. He currently has 21 points. We have 12 points for a race victory. Dragon on Speed, P2, 20 points, so he's got a 8-point deficit. As we see 4 lights and 5 lights, let's see if we get a good start. Let's see the wheel spin, let's see what they can do. Slow for us commentators. And we go for the 1994 Benetton Grand Prix. As we see a car sideways, it's Magnus Nikolai, I believe. Absolutely sideways. It's just flicked down the pack, a few side by side there. Oh, as Toon pushes his way. Safety car through, and the safety car. Who's dropping down the pack? Could be Stringy. Stringy's gone from P11, from P4 down to P11. As LH jostling for position there. Let's ride off course, we can actually see what's going on. LH 5-second time penalty with 2. Bit of contact there under the safety car. So the safety car is out. Let's just get some position changes up. What on earth? just absolute chaos in turn one, trying to get the traction down, putting the power out for these cars. LH, our biggest winner, up 7 positions. Toon Fan up 7 positions. Stringy down 7. Jack down 5. And Cairo, great qualifying, currently sat P16. And we've lost Tristan again.
No, I am still in the party. It just wasn't coming up with any names.
Okay,
So,
right,
I had to leave the session and rejoin. The leaderboard weren't there.
Oh, I've got the leaderboard. You have.
Slight glitch.
Can you still see the cars?
I could see the cars. I just couldn't. Just a slight glitch with the game. I'm not 100% sure
What's going on?
what's going on.
Relying on technology and internet, which is never a good thing. Love the old school graphic for the 1994 Benetton. All we can see is just like glitching of brake, throttle. It's fantastic. Yeah. You see, so you're riding on board with some drivers, and they all use the mandatory pit stop now. So the RRC classicf1 League, running the classic cars, will always use one mandatory pit stop. It's in the rules. If you don't mandatory pit stop, you'll be disqualified, as simple as that. Now, we've seen with the classicf1 cars, these hard, dry, compound tyres, they tend to go the full race distance, do they not, Tristan?
The one I've noticed, mate, actually was when we did it in Brawn. We did an RRC fun classic race mono.
Oh yeah,
last
Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah.
And we did a 50%, and that actually made you have a 2-stop, but a 1-stop, sorry. But it was easily doing a 25% race distance. So
the majority of the cars will do a 15-lap race around Australia without having to pit. You know, yes. The tyres will go the distance. So we do enforce to kind of spice it up, try and make it a bit more exciting, bring out, you know, maybe a couple of strategy calls, is to enforce every driver to carry out a one-stop pit stop. Now, considering the tyres will do the full distance, we have seen time and time again, as soon as the safety cars comes out, everybody pits, everyone boxes, everyone gets that mandatory pit stop out of the way. But the two leaders, Rocker and Regan, why have they not pitted?
Jack and Puppy haven't taken advantage of that either.
So the top 4, Rocker, Regan, Jack and Puppy, have decided not to get the mandatory pit stop out the way. So I mean, yeah, they will have fresher tyres, but you know, it's not the same sort of fresher tyres we see during F1 20. Oh, who's that in the pit? In the wall there, Tristan, have you seen that?
No, it's
Dragon, he's in the wall.
Dragon drowned.
So under safety car, through the chicane, Dragon is in the pits. He does have a full front wing, which I'm extremely surprised at.
Did he just miss the wall then?
As somebody...
Devil's got a 5-second time penalty.
Against Apex, the championship leader. I can imagine Apex is fuming with that. He'll be pulling that into the steward, saying he would like a 5-second removing, depending on how his race unfolds. He qualified, I believe, P7. He's now in P8. Yeah, he's down one. Yeah, P7. So he's lost one position as Apex. I don't think he'd be too impressed to have seen a 5-second time penalty pop up at the top of his screen.
So Rocker and Regan, they haven't boxed. They've stayed where they are. But then it's about a 23, 24 second pit stop round here.
It's a lot of time to try and make up in only 12 laps.
But unless they feel like there's going to be another safety car.
Why would you take that risk?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What did we mention at the beginning of qualifying? The man, the mission, the American Monopono, down in P6, behind Fishers, who is... One of our admins decided to join us today for a bit of fun. Let's take the head admin who technically isn't in the standings. Let's take him out of the equation. He's Mono on for a race victory, Tristan.
I really would love to see that. It's like I ain't going to say what happened in it, and due to the fact that some of our viewers may have not seen the race already. But you know, I hope to see it. I really would love to see it.
I mean, I think that'd just be fantastic. It'd be a little bit like my emotions this afternoon watching the Formula One.
Yeah.
Itching that McLaren to win the Grand Prix. Carlos
Matt,
Sainz
I'd be really
is not...
careful what you're saying. I don't know if everyone's seen it.
Well, call yourself a fan. You shouldn't be tuning into the RRC's classicf1 if you can't tune into the actual Grand Prix. But yes, I would have loved to have seen a McLaren win the Grand Prix this afternoon.
So here we go. Rocker takes control of the pack as the safety car peels away.
Yeah,
when's he going to bolt?
Yeah, he's taking it easy. I'm just going to drop it back a couple of cars just so you seem to get a bit of a wider angle. So we'll just ride on board with Jack again, who hasn't hit, as Rocker bolts now closely followed. Bit of a gap there. What's happened to Puppy? Puppy's out. What's going on with Puppy?
Safety car. Another safety car.
Is it? No, no. I'm seeing green flags. I'm seeing green flags.
It's even on the street. It's flashed up saying safety car.
So Puppy, who again hasn't stopped, is just on the final corner. Made a bit of a mistake with his car there and managed to lose 4 positions.
That's Toon's round, turn 2. The Gav's dropped back. So, a little bit of contact maybe.
Still very shocked. So Fisher's up to P3, got rid of his penalty, his pit stop. He can go to the end of the Grand Prix, and Jack, Regan and Rocker, 3 of the top 4.
Mono's going around the outside. Jack.
Let me chuck that up there. Jack.
Oh, what an overtake that was, Mono. Fair play to him.
Just missed it. Just missed it. So again, Mono and Fishers, the guys that have got rid of the mandatory pit stop which we enforce in RRC's classicf1, they've pitted and they are still in. You know, they're running 3rd and 4th. So Rocket, Regan and Jack Blunt, they could pull away. That's not an issue. But they need to box Tristan, they need to get in the pit, change them tyres. Apex has just absolutely drove past Jack like he was half throttle. Amstead, have we got an issue? Have we got...
I'm just checking.
This looks to be a reliability. Oh, we've seen some damage there. These are driving in a straight line, Tristan. These cars are flying past Jack like he's stood still. I've not seen reliability issues like this on a gate. I mean, effectively, you know, let's be honest, it's PlayStation Racing.
Yeah,
look at Jack. Jack's down to 10. He's just... I mean, I'm looking at his graphic. He's applying full throttle. What's happening to Jack Blunt's car?
Let's have a look at his lap times compared.
Cairo has now gone past. Jack down to a P11. What has happened to Jack Blunt's car?
That last lap was a green lap of 46.9, obviously due to safety car in the previous lap. Just wait for him to come across the sector line. Finish sector 1, and he's done a 35.3.
Of 8 positions, Jack Blunt has lost on a single lap after the safety car restart. What on earth has happened to Jack Blunt?
And Stringy's on his way down as well.
As we see Toon, Puppy and Gavlar all enter the pits. Are these from contact?
And we got his car round in sector 3.
I believe I loaded the lobby tonight. What?
Regan's down into P5.
Regan made a big mistake. Was he sideways? Was it when you say spun?
And he was just spinning the car back round by the looks of it. So he was ghosted and facing the opposite way.
I'd love to know whether damage is on this race, Tristan. The lobby was loaded with practice on board, so whether
damage was definitely on full.
100%.
Yeah.
So
why hasn't Regan boxed?
The lobby was loaded with a practice on board, which is normally a thing we do in force, just to get the guys out at 7 o'clock, get a 45-minute practice lobby, you know, up and running. We do tend to run damage off on a practice lobby, just so if you do push the car, you're testing the limits, you're not having to box for a wing. Just looking at...
we know damage as long as Puppy has changed his front wing.
Right, if that's the case, that's fantastic news. I have seen, like Dragon for example, when he lost it at the chicane, his car did seem completely undamaged. So yeah, championship leader Apex up to P4. closely followed by Regan, which, let's be honest, 9 laps to go, he's not even a threat.
And
Not even a threat.
to P3.
Mono P3, absolute fantastic result with Rocker not pitting. So yeah, I'm just going to drop back a bit now. What we got? Gavlar, he's only going up the start finish line. We have Puppy, he has pitted, 1 stop, Gav's on a 2, Toon on a 2. So yeah, Jack down to P12.
If you can hear me, box, get the tyres gone and box.
So he's got a full front wing, like, are the tyres going off this much? Like,
2 down.
What's happened to
2
Toon now?
down. Turn, safe, VSC. I'm not sure if he dropped it on the curb.
He has, yeah. I'm just riding on board with Gavlar in P16 as he comes round out of sector, towards the end of sector 2. Yeah, just before that right-hander, I think he's took a bit too much curb. He's spun the rears. So yeah, best thing for the guys that haven't pitted yet, Rocker Tony, he's missed out on that VSC, the virtual safety car.
Jack's got a 5-second pen for speeding in pit lane.
But I mean, Jack's down there. Regan now down to P10. I mean, he's still in the points, but you know, Regan's a championship contender. Like,
you've got to take that opportunity to box. As soon as that safety car comes out, you've got to get in and get out.
Why would you not utilise that opportunity? You know the tyres will pretty much get you to the end. And it's not just your tyres. You're not thinking about yourself and should I, shouldn't I. Everybody, 9 times out of 10, you're running a classic car. The car will predominantly, 9 times out of 10, get you to the end. Why would you not utilise that safety car and get rid of the tyres, get your pit stuff out of the way, regardless if your tyres go off? I don't think I've ever seen a classic F1 race within the RRC franchise where a car has lost 20 to 25 seconds on a pit stop. I believe Rocker Tony, virtual safety car, fair enough. He's got Fishers. How many seconds? Let's just put the info on. You've got Fishers, 4 seconds, 3.7 seconds, 3.3 seconds. As virtual safety car ends, you've got a better launch out the corner. As Rocker pits now. As I Fishers just set the fastest sector 3. Mono Apollo, granted near on 6 seconds down, now promotes himself to P2. The guy is going to be fantastically excited with that. If he can get this car for the remaining 8 laps to the end of the Grand Prix in P2, Mono Apollo, what a drive, what an absolute fantastic drive. With championship leader Apex in P3.
Just turn your attention to the battle for P5 between Devil's LH, Stringy and Cairo. They're all a train going into the fast right hand and out.
I'm watching that train on board with Stringy, off board, seeing the 4 cars very, very, very close. As Magnus Nicolai unfortunately received a 5-second pit lane speeder.
And he had a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car, I believe.
See, the thing is, Magnus, he's very new to RRC, which has to be respected. Joining these league races and understanding the rules that are involved within virtual safety cars and safety cars. Do not hit the car in front under a safety car, do not exceed delta, do not speed into pit lane. I like that they are picking up these penalties because it gives them something to learn. You know, they might not be the fastest of drivers, but they're at least every week they're taking something away from the Grand Prix. You know, RRC is giving these guys knowledge every time they turn up.
Side by side into second to last corner. Sorry, cut across you there.
No, you're fine. I'm watching it.
And the cross. Did he come out on top? Yes.
Yep. So Stringy's 2/10 off him. He's down in P8 on the back of Cairo. There's no DRS in these cars. It's 1994. Stringy does a little bit deep into turn 1. He will be itching to get in front of Cairo. Stringy, very capable driver within RRC. We've seen him time and time again. I've seen some fantastic overtakes from Stringy. So Stringy being 92 in P8, right on the back of Cairo. He has 6 laps to progress. We've seen the damage to the Devil's Hammer is in the wall. He's lost wing damage. That has just confirmed damage. He's actually on in this lobby. He's not retired. He's not retired, but he will be fuming. Devil's Nightmare. Devil's Nightmare, Friday Night Racing driver in the McLaren. Coincidentally, my teammate, unfortunately, in the wall in Sector 1. Horrible corner when you get it wrong. It does snap. It does spit you into the...
completely self-inflicted as well.
Exactly.
Kind of four-wheel drifted across the grass.
And you will always take damage.
It just kind of put him in the wall.
So Dragon on speed. In the standings, Tristan, I believe he's a solid P2, P3. Is he not?
I will have a look.
I need to get some graphics.
Like P2.
P2. So I need to get some graphics on my wall, some stickers, some big posters, so I can glance left and right on this big screen I've got in front of me to see what's going on in the championship and the standings. But unfortunately, I've got the screen in front of me, seeing what the guys are doing, and I've got YouTube comms in front, looking at some of the drivers, some of the chats. We've got Shell Gavin, Go Apex. That will be Mr. Andrew Gavin's significant other. So we've got Shelley, Go Apex. Devils is out. What's happened to Devils?
Has he spun it?
Is he given up? Has he crashed? What's going on? Looking at this
final
corner. So we're just going to ride on board with Jack.
It's not there. It's
there is a car in the wall. There is a car in the wall, Tristan. If I'm just riding on board with Jack, there is a. Yep, he's on the left-hand side of the final corner. He took too much. He's understeered, and I believe he's hit the wall.
Is that going to cause? No, I don't say it could have caused a last-minute safety car, which.
So I'm just going to look at the stoppers. So Rockatoni, after the late pit stop, let's look at gap to the leader. So Rockatoni down in P7 after not pitting under the safety car, 19.3 seconds down on the race leader, I Fishers. Drastic error by Rocker and Regan. What are we saying there? I mean, Regan's near on 10 seconds down on Rocker.
Yeah, definitely. They needed to box as soon as we got the opportunity.
I feel like they've not learned. I feel like this is season 2, the Classic F1. Did we not learn from season 1 once mandatory pit stops are enforced that if there's a safety car or even a virtual safety car, that is the time to pit? Did we not all learn that? I felt like I did.
Yeah, I definitely did as well. And the only time it really shoots you in the foot is when you've gone past the lane and then the safety car comes out. But even then you just box on that lap. And the lobby is glitched as well, I'd like to put that out there. Apparently, Puppy has got a 31.8 second lap, which is the fastest lap of the race. So, they said the Benetton was quick, but...
Fastest lap, yep, I've seen that. Yep, Puppy, 31.897 lap.
So, it looks like...
Fantastic result by Puppy.
Like I said, they said the Benetton was quick.
I'll tell you what, without looking, I'm gonna guess that Rockatoni is gonna be the fastest. So let's have a look. 36s, 37s, 35, 9, blah 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 blah. Yep. So Rockatoni does take the fastest lap at current with 5 laps to go, with a 1:35.907. This is Classic F1 though. We do not give out points for fastest lap. So that's irrelevant. Let's move on. What positions have we got? So intervals, we have Rocker's solid. He's going to be fantastic to stay on board with the last couple of laps.
We've got another good battle hit though, actually, with Apex instead.
What have you got?
I got Apex instead.
Apex instead?
Yeah,
for P3, P4.
2-second time penalty up.
Puppy.
Keep it in the white lines.
I know, stay within. Just 2 tyres, that's all we ask.
I pick penalties up all the time.
Yeah, but I know you out. I mean, we raced Monaco Friday night. I was doing fantastic. I had a drive-through penalty. I pitted 5 times. And I had 12 seconds of penalties. So at one point I was 30 seconds off final place. At one point I was battling for P4 with 3
Magnus
cars.
Is out.
And I just decided on myself to just stop forcing the guys into a potential collision due to the fact that the guy in front and the guy behind for P4, none of them had penalties and I had 12. So I just thought, get round guys, keep going, I don't want to force you into the wall. Because it would be unfair, because I would never be beating you. So yeah, track limits on F1
you did one better than
2020.
me.
Yeah, we all know about yours,
4
unfortunately, Tristan, your
times
division.
in, what was it? 4 times in 10 laps, I think, on Monaco the other night.
Oh, someone told me 3, like 4 pit stops in 3 laps. I thought it was fantastic. I'm joking. Pitted more times than laps available. But yeah, let's just continue on. So, LH44 on stead, half a second, 5 tenths separate P4 and P5. 4 tenths now. Unfortunately for LH44, Mr. Kieran Brooks, there is not DRS in a 1994 Benetton. So as he comes around the penultimate corner, can he get a good traction? Oh, too much power, far too much understeer. You see these cars, even the F1 2020 cars around Australia, that final corner you cannot apply power that much. You will understeer to the outside. You need to be easy, you need to be patient, and when you can, you get on that power, you can launch, absolutely launch off there. So unfortunately again for LH, after turn 2, there is no DRS in the 1994 Benetton.
Just give a shout out to LH while you're talking about him, actually up 10 places from the back of the grid.
We'll have a look at that. We'll
he did a Wednesday night racing stint again. Last to like second, I think he did the other night. And fair play to him, especially in a difficult car like this to drive.
I think 10 places up, yeah. Fantastic result. Drop down, oh, he's off the track, he's in the wall! Oh,
it's the commentator's
LH,
curse again.
Stop listening to us, stop winding yourself up. You could have got P4. Come on, Kieran, just wind it in, get yourself dialed in. Running out of laps to get dialed in. 2 more laps remaining after this one.
Dragon is now up in P10. Oh no, yeah, Dragon's in P10
so,
now.
Championship leader, Apex, P3, 2.9 seconds off Mono. I think Mono has done a fantastic job. There's no taking away from that.
Oh, on green again now.
It's enough or nothing. There's a massive gap further back though, Tristan. From Jack Blum, 31 seconds. 31 seconds. That is to Regan.
Whether that's down to damage or if that's just down to, you know, him.
To the leader, Jack Blum, Dragon, Pyro. Over 1 minute behind iFishes. The championship, the lead. Oh, who's that?
Got a spinner here.
Stringy is lost out.
Round.
Rocker promoted. Rocker now on the gearbox of LH44. This is going to be a battle. LH, solid driver. No, can't take anything away from LH. But Rocker 90, I'm sorry. He is the man to beat.
Right up his
He is
now.
the man to beat when it comes to Classic F1 in RRC. The things this guy has done. He joined this league a couple of years ago, raced in our Silver Friday Night Division, fantastic. He joined our league where we had a championship football event, where we had different drivers with joining teams on...
like different nationalities.
Different nationalities, that's the word I was
group
looking for.
stages, knockout stages.
That's the one, and he raced with me, and what a guy, like, he was just fantastic. But
such a down-to-earth bloke as well.
Yeah, fantastic guy, is Rocky 90. But he left
the Irish accent as well.
he left for 6 months, and he came back and asked to rejoin FNR. I said, yeah, no problem. What division are you interested in? He said, bronze. I said, not a chance. You're not going into bronze. You are far too good. He said, yeah, but I've been out for 6 months. I said, I don't care. You're more than capable, Rocker. Get yourself back in silver. Rocker won the Monaco Grand Prix on Friday night in FNR Silver. He is now in Classic F1 with a pit stop blunder and now running in P6 on the final lap.
Stringy's out.
Stringy's out. Oh, that is it.
He's in the pit lane as well.
Oh, he's chosen to retire. That is a shame. From P8.
The end.
Potentially P7, I didn't see where he decided to retire, but I need to ride on board with Rocker 90 to the final lap of the 1994 Benetton Australian Grand Prix. He is on the gearbox of LH44. He was P5. He's darted to the inside. Absolute blunder of an overtake. LH just looks at that and goes, That was a bit late, wasn't it, son? Oh, Rocker, you know you were faster than that. If DRS was on these cars, I would say he would have took in after this chicane. I'm going to call it the wibbly wobbly chicane of Australia. It's horrible. We all know we don't like it. You know we're the incorrect. I Fishers has already taken the Grand Prix finish. Great result by I Fishers, our head admin of RRC. Mono 86 as he crosses the line. How many penalties has he got?
I don't think he had any.
Far behind. He's not far behind.
No, he didn't.
No, Apex has dropped.
Apex has dropped.
The championship leader has dropped significantly from P3 down to P5.
Was it just he only had he had two 5-second penalties apparently.
Oh yeah, there was the first one. Yeah, the first 5-second penalty. It was hit by, I believe, was it Devil's Nightmare?
And then apparently he got it says 5 seconds on that 15 on his race director.
Well, I've missed that. Oh, what's this? Regan? What's going on there? Regan completely out of fuel. Regan, I believe, has crossed the line.
Yeah, he has crossed the line.
So Regan's disqualified for not being able to provide a sample of fuel to the race directors.
F2 all over again.
But what a fantastic race. I mean, LH44 disqualified in qualifying after setting, I believe he was P4 at the time, after being disqualified from P4, which I think he mentioned was a pit lane entry low fuel error where he had no fuel.
That was Puppies was ran out of fuel. But all I know
he's pulled it back. The main thing is he's pulled it back. He's gone from a disqualification with a near on P4 result in qualifying. LH44, our driver of the day, which I could not disagree more with. What a agree.
I might have to disagree with you and have to give it to Mono, just for that. You know, as we said, the head admin doesn't get any points. They were just racing as a guest.
Yeah, but the guys behind only take the points that they've finished in, so but you know, Mono's not been promoted. So in my opinion, yes, Mono Pono, absolute fantastic drive, fantastic result. LH44 from a disqualification,
yeah,
to get that result, absolutely fantastic. So I Fishers, the guest result, the guest driver to the RRC's Classic F1, I Fishers has taken the race victory. Mono Pono, I cannot bow down enough to you. What an absolute fantastic result from a full-time driver. Mono Pono 86 has taken P2. In my eyes, that is a race win, sunshine. You are my driver of the day. Stead, LH, fantastic result, absolute fantastic result. I can imagine Apex disputing a couple of them. He's got a few 5-second time penalties there, which even I disagree with. You see a safety car out, you see that sort of collision, you've got a car behind also involved. 9 times out of 10, it's the guy behind at fault. Apex isn't one to just jump on the brakes and try and damage a rear end car. So I can imagine Apex disputing one of them penalties, which at this point, without seeing footage, I will agree with. Yeah, but thank you very much for those that tuned in. We have been Redline Racing Community. I'm Rainer218, an admin owner, and we've been joined with Tristan. How was that, Tris?
That was an amazing race. We didn't even get much chance to take a breath. They like to make us work, let's put it that way.
They have made it work. Keep talking though, because I want to invite.
We just have to have a look at the next race. I will get that up. One person I would like to speak to, if we can potentially get them in as well, unless you're getting them in already, Mono.
I've already invited. I've invited Mono, I've invited LH, and I'm gonna invite our race winner. Admins. I'm inviting the lads, Mono Pono Take a bow.
What a race.
How was that? Did you enjoy that?
That was great. Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. I think outside of touching the wall once, I think that was
Was it that?
I mean, the ones, I'm sure if you saw something that was just a big one, it felt good the whole race. It was fun.
Well, I like to say, like, of every car that was on the grid, we had 18 confirmed drivers. Obviously, Tristan and myself decided to back out. We got a couple of head admins in to participate in our places, and let's not take anything away. You will only receive 10 points, but the race winner, Elliot, is not a championship contender, so he's not even a driver in the Classic F1 League. So as far as I'm concerned, you won that Grand Prix, Mono.
Yeah, I wish I could have crossed first. He didn't have the courtesy to make one mistake or anything. So. Yeah, man, that's exciting. That was a lot of fun.
Well done, well done. Was there a lot of practice involved during the week to get that result?
What's everybody say? One lap, right?
So we're just going to move on. LH44, are you with us?
Hello, mate.
Hello.
Yeah,
See you later,
thank you,
Mono.
Mono.
Well
Thank you
done.
very much. How was that from a disqualification in qualifying?
I enjoyed that one.
You looked fantastic, I have to say. You're qualifying, I think you got P4? Is that
I
correct?
was so annoyed. I
P3,
was so
P4?
annoyed. I was like P3 or something.
What actually
what
happened
happened?
then?
Like, we saw the disqualification, but what happened?
I came out of the pits and then saw like 4 cars coming down the pit straight, so I was like, oh, alright, I'll let them pass. But obviously then it disqualified me for blocking the pit lane.
Oh, you slowed down whilst leaving the
Yeah.
pit lane, like in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Ah,
Not the pit
that has
exit.
to be, yeah, the pit exit, yeah, that has to be frustrating.
So
So
I
it
wanted
disqualified
to
you?
let them go. Yeah, so it disqualified me, yeah.
Ah, so what were you, like P3, P4, and where did you start?
P3, yeah.
And you're P15?
Yeah.
So to finish where you finished, what
I
a
enjoyed
race.
that. I enjoyed that.
I mean,
You did a WNR, didn't you?
He-
Last to like top 5.
even the game give you driver of the day, and you were my driver of the day. I mentioned it on stream. We were talking about it. I think you did a fantastic job. So well done, LH. Well done to you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Well done, mate.
So
Nice one.
our race winner, our guest of the night, Elliot Fishers. How was that?
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, it was nice.
Did you enjoy that car?
Different. No, it was a peg.
What, so kind of how my cars look then going around the corners every week.
We saw a few cars sideways on and understeering like a, let's call it a bit of a pig.
A trolley.
Well-
Go with a trolley, my friend.
So
Yeah, I went round in qualifying. That was nice.
the pit decisions, the Rocker
Yeah.
and the Regan pit decisions. What did you think of that when they didn't box? Like,
Well, I say it every week when we've done comms for silver. If there's a safety car, you box with a 25% race. It's the
Yeah.
tyres will go the whole way, and you're just going to lose out. So why they didn't pit? I mean, I don't know. Some people have got a tactile brain, some people don't. I guess that's what I can say.
I mean, we mentioned
I'm
it.
joking before anyone shoots me.
We mentioned it on stream, like we were having a chat about strategy and what people had done, and it's not the first season, is it, of Classic F1, and to see people drive past the pit entry on a safety car when it's a one-stop mandatory pit stop just baffled us. So yeah, to see 4 cars drive past that pit entry, it just made us think, hang on a second, this qualifying result is not going to be as straightforward as the ending race result. So yeah, fair play, Elliot, well done.
Thank you. It's very enjoyable. Thank you for having me, classic people.
I would like to see you a little bit more often. We've got two empty seats in Classic F1. I've really enjoyed
Fine.
commentating on this this race. I think I'd probably
I'm just looking
prefer.
what cars are next. Oh, I'll tell you what, sign me up. I just saw a Monaco next, sign me up.
1995.
We do have,
Look at that.
I believe. So just for the viewers out there. So the next race,
95?
round 5, is Sunday the 20th of September in the 1995 Benetton, which is round Monaco, which I believe is one of your favourite circuits, is it not, I Fishers?
Depends on the day. It wasn't the other night, but normally it's alright.
Anyway, fair play to you. You kept pushing Do Will the whole way on Friday.
No, it was fun. I'm kind of upset that I haven't watched the stream back yet. I should do that at some
Me
point.
and Scrappy, because obviously I retired in pit lane. Me and Scrappy were on your lot, and then trying to keep an eye on Bronze, and we couldn't take our eyes off your front panel.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
kind
give
of
us
got
a chance to breathe.
distracted with like the ghosting cards. That's when I lost my wing. I lost my concentration a bit.
Yeah.
So that kind of.
Yeah, I know
so-
that
but
sort of difficulty.
Yeah,
But
the thing is though, I wasn't even losing that much pace. It was just kind of, I could stick with him still quite easily. I was struggling in one part of the track. I won't say where, very badly, and losing like 4/10 a lap to him. But I made it back up in the last sector. So
it's a very
But
different
I have to
challenge
remove
though.
this Monaco.
The 1995
Oh,
Benetton
yeah.
though, very different challenge around Monaco for them
If the
sort of laps.
traction is anything like these cards, then it'll be interesting. Someone will put a back end into a barrier, I'm sure.
There'll be quite a few safety cars, I think.
Well, 2 weeks from now, we're going to see the 1995 Benetton around Monaco in the Redline Racing Community Classic F1 League. Join us then, if not before. Search us on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram, and we'll see you all then. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, Tristan, and
Cheers.
well done, Fishers, for winning the Grand Prix. Good luck to you.